Yes, I hear you.
All right, yo, check this out, right? First off, like, we don't have nobody up in there that represent us, and anybody that does represent us most likely already has a criminal record, therefore cannot even go into the political field. So a lot of these people who sit there and talk about this political stuff, it's like, yo, that is their system. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you got to remember, slavery was legal at one point in time, so you still want to sit there and depend on the same system that sat there and said it was legal for them to do all these atrocities to you. Are you serious? I mean, and you picking somebody who's already been picked by them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, and you don't get funding unless they agree with the system already. Ain't nobody going to get in there and move and shake for us, period. You know what I'm saying? We need to get our own and stop depending on them because it's a waste of time and energy. That's my views on it. And it's like, if you want to sit there and stretch some political power, get land first because they don't give a fuck about you unless you own something. And something equals land, real estate. There are two types of property, and that's personal, which don't mean nothing because your personal property can be destroyed, or your real property. There's a reason why they call it real property, because that's the only thing that actually matters. So get your hands on some land and then start talking about political muscle. I mean, because don't nobody represent us. Straight up.
Right there.
Wow.
That's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell.
I still feel, we should still be involved and stay aware, because you said that some people, they may feel like they shouldn't be involved, but that's why they don't get involved on speaking on matters as this, everybody's going, not everybody, but, different segments and categories of people are going to interpret what you said different. You might be saying get some land, but they be like, well, I work at Popeyes, for 20 years. I ain't about to get no land no time soon. Or they work at Walmart, and Walmart have them in and out working, or they feel, I got to have me Gucci and Polo. So I know I'm not about to get no land. So, our people should still be involved. We should still watch C-SPAN and call in on C-SPAN. And it don't make no sense for us to pay taxes if we're not going to be represented. And it's like somebody was saying in Kansas, 12 people got there, and they're pushing a lot. Right. So it's about 30 million of us. Plus, there's about, how many, at least 75% purebred Indians. I'm going to say 75% Indians are there. There's maybe, 10,000, maybe in the whole nation, maybe. And you turn to 30 million blacks, we cannot get together and benefit for our own community, having our own schools, and making sure, even if we have our own bureau. Like, okay, even if you get your land, they still could get there if you don't have the protection and do what they did to Rosewood and Wall Street in North Carolina. So we still need to...
We ain't operating off of that fear, and let's keep it real, too. I'm going to be illegal to the day that I fucking die. They come to my shit, they get their head blown off, and I said that. That's Will Justice saying that shit. Fuck their laws and fuck whatever the fuck they got. They going to kill me. They going to have to die trying. Come on, now. I mean, talking all that scary, if we get our own, they going to take it, then get your military up and make sure they can't take it from you. And you can be legal to hold your own land. You can be legal to hold your own on your own land. So it's like, yo, no, thank you. We don't need you here. We got this tied up right here. We got the paperwork done. See you later. We don't need you over here. Me?
We already have our own land. That's the thing. Our people keep forgetting that America is our land. American means the brown people that were found here. Our people forget that we're the so-called Indians, just like the whole legislation about them trying to cut the tell the sister in elementary school that you can't wear your Afro puffs. And this may have been a sister for all we know that told the sister that. You can't wear no Afro puffs, no curls, no braids, no locks, no twists. No Afros.
10 years ago in Louisiana.
Huh?
That's valid in Louisiana. It sure is. At a school crescent in Plaquemine, Louisiana, they did it approximately 10 years ago. They banned it.
Well, remember, there's legislation on the books that no American Indian, and my niggas don't remember that they're the American Indians. They think they're Africans here. no American Indian can be forced or compelled to change or cut their hair for religious reasons. That's legislation. That's on the book. And our people, there is an American government already in place. The American land is yours. A lot of it's been set aside for you, but because we keep swearing to God that we're foreigners from Africa, the foreigners from Europe keep swearing to God they're Americans and First People. So until they stop lying, and they probably ain't going to stop lying until we stop lying, it's just going to keep going like it's going. Our people still think they're black. You know, the word black means pale, colorless, sea bleach. So if we don't get it straight, you know, people are always on me about semantics, you know, since the yard tripping on semantics. Well, these people are kicking your ass with semantics. Where's your ass up? So I don't know what else to say. You know, we refuse to stop claiming to be black. I know when they're talking about so-called black people. I know what they're talking about, depending on the time frame. And, you know, but I know that by definition, I'm not pale. I'm not wine in color. And the people that are called black are not bleached up or pale. So it's not quite right. You know, our people are more in line with the original definition of so-called. They made so-called black white, made so-called white black, made the truth and turned the truth into lies, made lies the dang truth. And our people are the biggest offenders of refusing to wake up and see what's real. America is your land. You have an American government. It is sitting dormant because real Americans will not activate it. Of course, a lot of Europeans are keeping you out of it, and I can't say I blame them when you come in there on some we're Africans and we're Egyptians and we're cosmic beings from some other world. You be in a bunch of shit that ain't you, so you ain't got no right to activate nothing. It is what it is, and they're not going to let them fake $5 Indians on the reservations activate the shit either because they know what's up, those that are still trying to guard the gates. Because there are those that really want niggas to wake up to help them out. It's like, yo, we can't hold this shit down forever. Can somebody please wake these niggas up? Please wake them up.
And that is the reason why Assad is on the list right now. That right there, because she could wake people up. That's why she's number one on the list. Me.
You know they're saying Jay-Z and Beyonce supposedly ratted on her.
Yeah, that's what the word on the street is.
I mean, but that we know that. We already know that. But it's like, here's the reason why they don't want you to stand up. They do not have, look at the television, look at the television. You do not see any positive representations of yourself. None. Because it's ran by who? Them. So if that's your open enemy, you expect them to sit there and praise you and put you in the positive light. I mean, the most they'll do is if you fight back, they'll name something after you. And I'll have to use Pontiac as a reference point because Pontiac, people think that's just a car. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you about the Pontiac or the Pawnee and Shawnee, how he was one of the last ones to put up resistance and bang back with the government. You know what I'm saying? So they only honor you after they kill you, but if you don't fight, you ain't getting no honor, and they telling you that right from the rip. It's the bully state of things. If you don't fight back, you get rolled over. If you roll over, then fine. You're doing what you're supposed to do, good. If you meet resistance, you must be doing something correct, right? And that's all there is to it. It ain't all about, you know what I'm saying, kill Whitey. Then fuck all that. Build your own. Build your own. How you going to fight without a fortress? It don't make no sense.
All right, my sister. Go ahead.
What you mean they ain't going to let us? You mean you don't want to. That's what you're really saying. You don't want to. You don't want to make the sacrifices. You don't want to sit there and you rather bust your ass for them, but you won't bust your ass for yourself. And then you going to sit there and be like, well, why these kids all fucked up? You ain't setting no example. Come on now.
Well, how can you set an example when, as a people, you keep waiting for some pale complexion Jesus to come down and save you? Last time I looked around, pale complexion Jesus or his people are trying to kill you off.
Right.
Waiting on the Savior.
Well,
I said that
one Savior. Like he said, J. Edgar Hoover and them knew that the saviors of the planet were supposed to rise up in America from the dang United States. That's why they have people come from all over this earth, including some melanin-rich people from Africa and some melanin-rich people from south of the border, like Belize, Brazil, whatever, looking down their nose, and from East India and Pakistan with their foot on your neck. They can come from Korea, Cambodia, Russia, Germany, Israel, Mexico. They can come from Ghana, Senegal, and they all got their foot on your neck, telling people that the Negro of America ain't nothing, and why don't you niggas go back to Africa? Or we're at home. You people left your house. We didn't leave ours.
Right.
And the Cambodians recognize their gods as black, and get that correct. Cambodians recognize their gods as black. You look at their temples, that's our faces on them.
But it's like what you said, Will, a while ago, is that they're always looking for, they're always prompt and ready to suppress a so-called Messiah, because they know that's what stimulates revolutionary acts, to the black people in America right here. They know that that's our psychology. Like if you look at Brazil today, you got over 1 million people just going crazy trying to overthrow the government right around this time. And they know this, it's a natural thing amongst a lot of black people, is that we have this thing to where every now and then we can without being connected with each other, we can just revolt at the same time, just have the revolting tendencies at the same time, like this flash mobbing. They suppressed that a few years ago. Remember that? The flash mobbing, where these young black brothers from all different states, of all 50, around 18 different states, was automatically just revolting, and they would catch them in a room and question them and say, and figure out the psychology behind that. And the guy would be like, are you guys a gang or something? Are you guys are interconnected or whatever? And they was like, nah, I never heard of the people that's riding in Philadelphia from Milwaukee and everything. And they started to see that, every now and then these black people have a connection, just like the Rodney King riot thing that happened. They just exploded, and people from 50 blocks down didn't even know each other. It's like they all had a town meeting and said, listen, if this happens this way, this is what's going to happen. So they know this about us. They know that every now and then and everything, we're very prone to responding with the Messiah. So this is what the Asada call is probably about, because they know that, she's an OG. She's, you're going to be like, oh, Sweat, she set an example. Let's get it going. Let's get it on.
So while they're waiting on the Messiah, they forget that Simeon Toko, Simeon, last name Toko, and Simon Kimbangu, which I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it's Kimbangu, I believe it is. Those people rose up. One of them was a healer and bringing people back from the dead. That was Simon. Simeon, they repeatedly murdered him, cut his body into components, tried to take him up in space and throw him out of an airplane, and he stopped the airplane in midair. The Vatican repeatedly had their Jesuit militia trying to kill him off, and did do so, and he kept coming back to life. Once on when they have the autopsy on the autopsy table, they had cut out his heart. One of the militia was talking to the coroner or whatever, and Simon sat up and was like, yo, homie, give me back my heart. They got so tired of trying to kill that nigga, they just eventually locked him up and said, we can't kill this dude, so let's just throw him in jail until he give up the ghost. They're not all about this so-called Jesus, this Christian shit and Bible they shove down your throat by force. Because anybody that comes along that might be so-called Jesus' return, they try to kill them off or lock them up until they die. But people don't know about that. And these are people that died. Shit, some of these people walked while you were living. Seriously.
Oh, they don't want us on our own spirituality. That's their biggest fear, because then that's not a singular thing, because we all possess it, and that's the thing that they don't want us to know. You don't even know. Dr. Jewel Pookrum put it out there. I'm saying we have our own vascular system going to our living carbon in our skin. I'm saying, come on now, and then you dealing with the pineal gland and how we have energy that envelops our body. It's outside of our body, and we can control things outside of our body. You ain't going to call and tell you this supernatural bullshit and bunch of fairy tales, and it's like, nah, this is science. This is science. This ain't no fucking spookism. This ain't no fucking fairy tale. And the thing is, when people manifest it, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to try to sit there and anybody that's seen it, they're going to suppress it. Anybody that sit there and witness it, they're going to sit there and call you crazy.